Friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. So the other day we did a video on trading Connor McDavid to his team's biggest rival. And a suggestion we got was, let's try the same thing with Auston Matthews, one of the best goal scorers in the league right now. Arguably the best goal scorer in the league right now if you want to go down that road, especially on even strength. 94 overall in this game. 25 years young, franchise player. The accolades are endless for the young 25-year-old centerman stud on the Toronto Maple Leafs. But what if things came to a halt for Auston Matthews and he had to be shipped out the door to his team's biggest rival? Now, I know there's going to be a little bit of controversy, or a little debate, we should say, on the team's biggest rival, Montreal or Boston. I think, personal opinion, we're going to go with Boston right now, because I feel like this is a team where it's the hump the Leafs struggle to get over when it comes to playoffs. Year in and year out, and that's what really creates a rival when you have these two teams that seemingly go at it in playoffs every single year. So for that reason, I think the Boston Bruins are going to be the team, and I think a couple of you guys agree to this, that the Boston Bruins should be the team that is the Toronto Maple Leafs' biggest rival. Auston Matthews has dang well nearly maxed out trade value in this game, $11.2 million contract. Now the question is, what can the Toronto Maple Leafs get back in return for Auston Matthews? I don't know if we're going to be able to work with the Boston Bruins in any way, shape, or form here, but we'll take a look. I mean, again, we know the Maple Leafs are pretty nice on offense. Even without Matthews, I mean, that's a big loss. Don't get me wrong. But if they could pick up some defensive players here, maybe, that might not be too bad of an idea. Their goaltender is an 86. I didn't know Samsonov was that high. Good for him. Been playing some good ball lately. So let's go back to the Boston Bruins. And I think this will be a fun one, because the Boston Bruins are a team typically that does really well at getting players on cheaper contracts. I mean, Pastrnak, for example, is $6.65 million. Marchand, $6.12. Marchand's a little cheaper than Pastrnak. Neither one of them is a center. You're not going to replace that centerman play of Auston Matthews unless you get Patrice Bergeron. What if we start the trade talks off with David Pastrnak and Patrice Bergeron? Now, we wanted some defense. I don't know if they'd be willing to wheel and deal. Like, we are asking for more than they are giving up, or we're giving up. But we're giving up a franchise player and a centerman in Auston Matthews. And I'd be, well, I don't know how you don't ship that right out the door. If you're Boston, I almost feel bad sending that. That's what I thought I wanted to confirm. Like, Bergeron playing on a cheap deal. A career is coming to a close here for him. Still a solid player. But you talk about locking down a centerman for the next decade? A premium position like center? I don't know if I would do that. We're going to go with Lindholm instead. But that makes the center position very weak. Can we have McAvoy? We're getting a little crazy here. We're going to try McAvoy and Pastrnak. Hey, no way they're going to send that. Toronto be over the league maximum salary cap. Oh, McAvoy's making $9 billion. Yeah, that ain't going to work. Lindholm could work, though. Would you go Lindholm over Bergeron? That seems like some crazy talk. This team needs some centermen. And that's the thing. If you lose Matthews, you're going to be down at centerman, but you pick up Pastrnak, you're going to be up. Oh, yeah, you're going to be up a little bit there. You're still going to have John Tavares in that first unit. We're going to try Pastrnak and Lindholm. I think we're still going a little heavy here. Boston says that's not going to happen. I'm taking that all day. I think I'm taking that all day if I'm Boston. Again, I don't know. Defense wins championships. Would they go Bergeron? I don't think we want Carlo. I don't think Carlo and Grzelcyk are enough. I don't think they're going to do that either. But I really want to bolster up this defense if we're going to make a deal here. That would put Toronto over the salary cap. That'd be a problem. We could go Carlo and Pastrnak. Do we strip or take away Pastrnak? That's the next question. I think we could consider that. But see, again, Marchand would be great. But he's 34. He's 34 years young. Why are we over the cap still? What, am I reading that right? Did we mess something up? Let me take a look at that one more time. Boston over the maximum salary cap. Oh, that'll do it. How? What did I miss there? We're going to have a difficult time with the salary cap. Let's try. We'll try it one time. Bergeron and Pastrnak and Boston would be over the salary cap. Dang it. Bergeron and Pasternak, though, for Auston Matthews, we would retain a little salary there. I think we're going to try. No, we can't do that. Can we go with the older player? I mean, you're just trying to get what you can if you're Toronto here. If you can't get Pasternak and Bergeron, you're going to have to get something in return here that's a solid player. You might go 3 solid players instead of, you know, 1 stud like Pasternak, too. That's also an option. What if we're retaining $2.2 million in contract here? Again, we got to make it. We got to trade him. Pasternak and Bergeron for Matthews. Who says no? Who says no and why to that trade? I want to hear the thoughts. That would be a fun trade. I think EA got that one wrong. Just because of Bergeron's age. It's an interesting perspective. No, I can't. I just can't. I mean, Matthews ain't going to win you the draws, but he's a solid 2-way player. And he's going to score the goals for you. For 10 years. I don't know. That contract, though, that's the thing for Boston. What they've done really well, those cheaper contracts. All right, so we can't do that. Let's try. Do we want to keep Pasternak in this trade? Does Pasternak seem like an essential part to this trade? Because I don't think we can get McAvoy's contracts too much to make anything work. We could go Lindholm, Carlo. See, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. We go Lindholm, Carlo, and Bergeron. That ain't even work close to enough. You have to throw in a big fish. I don't think they're goaltenders. Nah, we ain't doing homework. That ain't gonna work. We have to throw in one of these 2 big fish. Do you go Marchand or Pasternak? I think. How long's Pasternak's contract? I think you got to try. Oh, 1 year left. Oh man, maybe that ain't a good idea. Ooh, I mean, you're gonna be able to pay him though. You just dropped $11 million off the books. But are we trying to win right now? How many years has Marchand got left in the tank? If you're gonna, we gotta try Matt. I think we gotta try Pasternak. I mean, the other option would be Marchand and Lindholm. Would that be a good trade? Somebody's probably over the cap here. Nobody's over the cap. Marchand and Lindholm. You got Lindholm for 8 years. That's a solid defensive player right there. You pick up Marchand. You're going defense here. You're trying to win some championships with that defense. And you're banking on that. This is a team loaded with wingers. You got Nylander. You got Marner. You got Tavares. You assume those 3 can play together. I mean, you bring in Marchand. You're still going to have good 3 years out of Marchand. I don't know about all that. Again, Matthews contract in 2 years. Who knows what he's going to want? Who knows if he'll still be around? Who knows? We're sending it. Marchand and Lindholm, baby. They took it. I figured that would be a close one to accept. If we didn't go Marchand and Lindholm, I think we would have went Pasternak and a bottom 6 guy or a bottom 4 defender. I think we got 2 first liners here for this team, though. And you got to be happy about that. Let's take a look at this team. Knowing you have to trade this guy away, and you got that in return. Marchand, Nylander. I mean, that first line is still ridiculous. The question becomes, we got to separate these guys, don't we? A little bit. It's too top heavy. I mean, we can put Nylander up there. Marner on the second unit. I think that would be nice. Marner, a little separation. Or can Marner carry that second line? That's going to be the question. And we completely just obliterated this team up the middle. And that was why I was like, well, maybe we can get Bergeron for a little bit. Yeah, that was probably a decent idea. And Bergeron's a solid defensive player. Would you be doing that? Bergeron and some defense? I don't know if we could have got the value. We could have went Bergeron and McAvoy. I think that might have worked. We could have tried that. Bergeron and McAvoy might have worked. But we went with the big dog. Nah, Bergeron and McAvoy. I don't know. That sounds nice. I don't know if that's enough, though. Thoughts? Thoughts and ideas here? We're going to put in... No? Oh, there's Lindholm. Second unit. Okay, second unit, Lindholm. We're going to put him on a second unit? We're going to do that? Is that going to be a thing? You're going to go here. That's going to happen. No, Brody's not playing on the first unit. That is not going to happen. We might try that. Brody, Muzzin, Riley, Lindholm. Yeah, we're going to try that. We're going to give that a sim up. Samson up on the first line. Oh, man. Oh, hang on a second. We got to take a look at this power play. It's going to be a little bit different. A little bit different without Auston Mathews, to say the very least. Marchand, Nylander, Tavares, Riley. Well, that's still pretty nice. That's still a pretty nice first line. I think we'll be all right. The centerman play, though. I don't know what's going to happen. You can't replace centerman. And see, that was the thing with Bergeron. Now, you was putting a Band-Aid over the wound if you get Bergeron. Because you're going to have him for, 1 year, 2 years. And he's still a really solid player. But at the end of the day, you really don't have the problem fixed at center. Because you need to lock something down long term. But if you're trying to win right now, you say, all right, Bergeron, what can you give us right now? Not playing with Pasternak and not playing with Marchand. What can you give us on this team? What kind of defensive power can you give us? I think you still might have to consider doing it. Just because of how difficult it is to find centers in this league to say, all right, let's just get rid of Matthews. That was the thing with Toronto. It's like, wow, they really paid Matthews and Tavares. But it's like, yeah, it's tough. Look at the teams that are consistently successful that have a dual tandem at center. You know, the Malkin and Crosby, the Draisaitl, McDavid. It's tough to slow those teams down if you can find a way to put together a solid defense paying those guys. Toronto right now is not looking too hot without Auston Matthews. The confidence, the chemistry, I mean, it was completely obliterated to get things going this season. But now they're starting to play some winning hockey. This team is 21-12. Just took a little bit of time for things to get going for these guys, I think. Or maybe a little losing streak here. There's the Boston Bruins. That's going to be a fun rivalry. Now, can you imagine Toronto, or can you imagine Auston Matthews skating in to Toronto wearing a Boston Bruins uniform? That would be something. That would be incredible. That'd be a fun time. I don't know how Boston or Toronto fans, that'd be a fun time. That's good for sports. I think that's what was really good about I want to say Red Sox Yankees. When you'd see a Red Sox go to the Yankees or a Yankee go to the Red Sox just out of the nowhere when that rivalry was super heated. When you seen that team, you go to your biggest rival. Oh, that gets things going. I love it. I love a good rivalry in sports. It makes things much more enjoyable to watch. Toronto, once again, back on pace to make what appears to be the playoffs. The Boston Bruins, though, currently in first place. Auston Matthews and the Auston Matthews-led Boston Bruins currently in first place. Toronto is going to make playoffs. How far are they going to get? We shall see. We'll take a look at the standings just really quickly here. Marchand, did you lead this team in points, buddy? You sure did. 84 points. You had a great season. He's overall still 84. Marner, 73 points on the second line. That's what we wanted to see. Nylander, 65. Bunting, 51. Tavares dropped. Not the greatest of seasons there, Johnny T. Not the greatest of seasons, man. It's all right, though. 50 points. You helped the team out, plus 10. We won some games. It's all right. We'll be all right. 35-23 out of Samsonov. I didn't get to see how Lindholm did. Lindholm, 9 goals, 32 assists, plus 1. I mean, a solid showing there, I think. How did the Boston Bruins look, though, with Auston Matthews on this team? I'm assuming led the team in points. Defense, McAvoy, 46 points, plus 17. Still solid. Could have had him. Auston Matthews dropped 103. Now, I don't know if EA changed the scoring engine finally, or if Auston Matthews just had a phenomenal game according to this sim. 103 points was ridiculous. It looks like they did a little bit. We're seeing 6 guys on the 90 list. They might have updated that. I'm not sure. I haven't read the update notes recently, but I know for a while, like 85 to 90 that was it. 103 points out of Auston Matthews. What a season. What a season. That man, we'll regret. We're not feeling too good about that trade, but hey, it was forced. We didn't have a choice. You had to be sent out the door. Toronto's going to play the Florida Panthers on first round, and it is going to start off with a 1-1 series split. Toronto's going to take the next 2 out of 3 and get bounced in this first round. 1-0 to the Florida Panthers, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Without Auston Matthews, we just seen what was going to happen. Bounced in the first round. So pretty much the same thing was going to happen if they had Auston Matthews. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, though, a couple years later. Winnipeg's going to win a Stanley Cup. Good for Winnipeg. I mean, Auston Matthews is going to bring some hardware home. I think Winnipeg's going to win a Stanley Cup. You want to announce it? Announce Winnipeg for the Cup. There it is. All right. I wanted to be able to see the awards here as a reason I was waiting for that. I'm believing Matthews is taking home some trophies here. Winnipeg won the Cup. Who did they play? Was it Boston? Nah, it's the Rangers. Boston gone in the first round, too, to the Detroit Red Wings. Neither team winning that trade. Make a blockbuster trade like that, shake things up, and both teams exiting in the first round. A lot of time left, though, for Boston to change things around in that department. Art Ross did go to Matthews. The Hart went to Matthews again. Matthews was nasty this season, as expected. Ted Lindsay went to Matthews. I mean, he just took it all home. Besides Maurice Richard, that's the Obie Award. Well, it was the Matthews Award for a couple straight years. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you consider subscribing, liking the video. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.